Well, hi everybody, John Elzinga here again, and it's been a while, but we're kind of in a series about 6 dysfunctional leadership styles versus the S factor. And the S stands for servant leadership. Last time, when we introduced this subject, I talked about one dysfunctional leader, and that was this guy called Hovering Harry. And we know who Hovering Harrys are. They are the micromanagers of the world. They are people that literally hover over you. They want to know about every single thing you do. They don't trust anybody because the only people they trust are themselves, and they are very, very, very inflexible. In fact, it's really difficult to breathe in a room where there is a Hovering Harry in place. Today I want to introduce you to the second dysfunctional leadership style, and that is Demanding Dan. Now, Demanding Dans are the dictators of the world. They're large and in charge, and they want everybody to know it. They shout out insults and orders, and you don't know which is which. And it's my way or the highway with these people, always with the ultimatums. They are so dominant and so intimidating that people tend to cower and feel less of themselves and insignificant. Quite a few years ago, I had an association with a very, very successful businessman. He owned a retail store of kind, and he was a very dominant individual. And I was in his business one day, and we were talking to him, and one of his employees came up to him to ask him a question. I don't know what she asked him, but here his answer to his response was, "Listen, I've got the green, you provide the grunt." He treated her like a pawn. I've got the green, you provide the grunt. And all I could think about was how small she must have felt right then. How little, how demeaned, how insignificant. And that's what Demanding Dans do. They end up getting their way, but it comes at a cost. And it causes emotional damage and emotional carnage of the people that they're trying to lead. Servant leaders don't treat people as pawns. In fact, they see them as people of high value, people created in the image of God as a human being that is to be respected. And a servant leader's goal, one of their chief goals, in fact, is to maximize the people that work with them. Their greatest challenge is to discover what their real talents are and fit them in that spot where they can shine. You see, the reason that's such a challenge is that people aren't just one thing. They're typically a mixture of many things. In fact, you can be, in the sales world, you could be a great business development person, or you can be terrible at account management. You can be a great account manager, but you can't bring the business in to save your life. I have known pastors, I've known preachers who were really mediocre preachers, but they were phenomenal as pastors. They would give you the shirt off their back. They loved people and cared for people and nurtured people. In the restaurant business, you could be fantastic in the back of the house, but terrible in the front of the house. You don't deal well with people. You could be phenomenal interacting and socializing with people, great at the front of the house, but terrible when it comes to the tasks that are necessary in the back of the house. A servant leader's goal is to find out what their true and real talents are and fit them in just that right spot and let them shine. Let them be maximized. When the S factor is in play, everyone wins. Everyone wins. The individual wins because he or she is shining and they're being maximized and they feel fulfilled and satisfied. The team, the entire organization wins because they're operating at all cylinders, everybody operating in their best spot. And of course, the guest wins, the customer wins because they are receiving the legendary service, the legendary experience that can only happen when there is an S-factor leader in charge. I encourage you, if you have a tendency to be a demanding Dan, to give that up and embrace becoming an S-factor leader. Talk to you later.